Hello YouTube, this is Jessica from STEM APKs. Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to finally get to work with populating these guys. I've been talking about it, but we haven't, there's nothing there still, as you know, as you see, there's nothing there. So we're going to change that in this tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create this canny tsx file, and we're going to copy and paste it. And why is it so slow? Then Command C, and then go into our file, project, and then we have to create an edge detection. We're gonna create a new folder called canny, and then in that directory, we're going to create a file called canny tsx. Then we're gonna paste what we just got. I'll go over the code in 1 second. And then we're also going to create a page tsx, and that's actually what you see when you go there. It's this guy right here. Command C, B. Okay, Command S, and save this one as well. And then let's go here so you can read better. Okay, what's going on here? We are importing the hooks. We're importing the image processor that we worked on in the last tutorial, threshold controls, same thing from the last tutorial. Here we're setting the parameters and the state management of each one of the threshold, the high threshold. You got a low and a high. You got the aperture size and the blur size. If you forgot what this is this stuff right here. You got the low threshold, the high threshold, the aperture size, and the blur size. Some steps are different from others, as you can see, and all of this is determined here because you're going to create different steps. Each one of these high threshold, you can customize it to make you let it know what a min is, what a max is. You decide. You decide where it's going to start. For example, here the aperture size here is a 3. It's not a 0. If you go to low threshold, it's a 0. High threshold is also a 0. But for blur size and aperture size is 3 and 1. And this is where this is determined. Okay, so you can see it here is 3 and 1, minimum, minimum. So this is where you do it. So what else? Let's go to OpenCV Magic here. Once you hit that process image button, two things are going on. Well, lots of things are going on. But one of them is, first of all, you're creating, it's a callback, and it's another callback here. What this is doing is basically optimizing the code so that it is faster. So it remembers the whatever previous state was there. The name is dynamic. This basically, it prevents you having to, every time you refresh the page or every time you hit something, it prevents to have to work over and over again. Once it knows it, it just uses it. So it optimizes the code and it makes it faster. So what we're doing here, this is OpenCV Magic. Constant Gray is creating a new CV matrix and then housing it in a gray. This is going to become the grayscale image, like right here. Source, grayscale image. This is doing the conversion. You know that. OpenCV. Same thing here. We need for Canny. If we go to Canny, and then you go to the OpenCV page, you're going to see that the way it works is a multi-stage algorithm. So you first need to do noise reduction, and then you do all types of other stuff. This is a pretty good page. I mean, the C++ one, this is the Python one, but if you go to the C++ one, there's a lot more in detail. It goes more in detail, or it used to anyway. But that's where you do it. So what's going on here is creating that first the grayscale, and then is noise reduction with the Gaussian blur, as you can see it there. So the kernel size, the blur, and then the gray. Okay. Once it creates these two images, then this is what it's working with. It's applying the canny on the blur image, and then this is the destination file. These are applying whatever parameters you you applied here, right? And here, if you set the change the state, and then after it does that, it's going to delete and delete, clean up to prevent memory leaks. And this is the parameters being returned. And now here is the return. This is the image processor. Once you hit that button, process image from image processor, if you remember. And this is the threshold controls. This doing all of that we talked about in the last tutorial. Now you're seeing it put in action. So now when we go to the page, we saved it. Hopefully it works. Now we're going to test it. This is the big wrong one. This is the big test now. Let's see if it works. Canny edge detection. It works. Well, it loaded it. Now let's see if it actually works. Choose size. Choose the image. Let's do. Come on. Let's do a rapid wireframe. Let's go with this one. Now, if we do the processed image, it's not going to work the first time because caching. Refresh the page. Do it again. Let's go with Rabbit. I like that Rabbit image. Rabbit PNG. Open. And then process the image. And there it is. Okay. And it works. So now we know that it works. We know the image processor component works. We know the thresholds work. Well, we haven't tested the thresholds. Yes, they do work. So let's try it here. Yep. I see the change going on. This is the most difficult image to see. Let's choose another image so you see that it's actually working. And let's try this one. And let's try now the curve size. Process image. Now you see that the thresholds work. Okay, so now we got canny to work. So now we're going to go back, and now we gotta work with the other two. We're going to work now with contours. And why is it going so slow? It's like molasses here. Then you go Command C. Create another directory in the edge detection folder. Now we're going to call this one contours. And then we're going to call it a new file, contours, DSX. And we're going to paste that here. And I'll go over the code in 1 second. And now we're also going to create the page so you can see it. It's going to be page DSX. By the way, in Next.js, you gotta call it page for the routing and the navigation. If not, we will not find it. That's why they all have the same name. So now we go to ongoing, and then we get the page. And then we go here. See. Yes. Now let's see if it works. Hopefully everything works. And go here. Now let's see contour. And there he goes. Choose file. Let's choose another image. Come on. Where are my images? I got my biology images. And I don't know where they went. Oh, there. That's where they are. That's a pretty image right there. The process image. And boom. There you go. Remember contours, if you want to know more about contours, it's always going to get the lightest first. So that's what you see there. And if you want to learn more about contours, open CV, C++, and finding contours in your image, and it goes more in detail. Some of it is dated, but some of it is find contours. It shows you how it works and all that. Tells you the parameters. All of this is what I'm doing here. These parameters is what you see here. Actually, that's so well. Contours. This is what is, well, first let's explain the code. It's importing the image processor and the threshold controls, just like Canny did. The state management is very similar to Canny. This is very similar. Same thing with the memoization and using optimized code with dynamic name controls. Similar, different parameters, of course, but same idea. Callback process image, same thing. The only thing that changes are the contours um, logic for the algorithm, but it basically does the same thing. It gets a great image, CV matrix. It does the color to grayscale, and then it does the thresholds. It also applies the threshold binary to make it a black and white, and then it applies the new matrix vector and its hierarchy, another CV matrix. It does its magic. If you want to know what these are, just go here and they'll explain it more in detail. And I lost where I am. Here, the random basically is the minimum contour area. That's why you gotta choose a minimum contour area here. And this is the magic that is going on here with the hierarchy that you just created and the CV map and doing the destination, contours, all of that. The line thickness, CV line 8 and all that. Here, cleanup time is doing the deleting the grayscale image, the thresh is deleting the contours and deleting the hierarchy so you can start fresh with a new image. Here is returning. This is the image processor logic, because once you hit that on no, it's this one here. Once you hit that button, process image, goes into image processor and it does its magic. That's why we're bringing it here. Okay, and now let's do Sobel now. So maybe I'm going to have time to do all three in this tutorial. So let's go to ongoing. Now let's do Sobel. And Sobel is a little bit longer than the other ones because this is also a multi-stage algorithm. But they're basically same logic. That's why I put them all together in one and using the same file, so you don't have to work twice. Then create another folder. This one we're going to call it Sobel. And then we're going to create a TSX called Sobel TSX. Paste here the contents. It's giving me an error. Why? Oh, this. Can get rid of it. We know Sobel. Now screen. Beautiful. Command S. Now page TSX. TSX. Then just copy and paste that. They're all the same, basically. But I'm being lazy. And it's basically use client, like I explained in the other tutorial, because there's things being changed on the page itself. It's exporting the function and then just container component. Okay, that's what's happening. Nothing that you haven't seen before. We save it. So LTSX. Now we go into here and let's see if it works. Let's change it from edge detection to Sobel. And it works. Well, let's test it first. Cell 6 JPEG. Output image, process image, and it works. We can change the threshold controls to make sure they work. Yes, they do. Scale, X and Y. Yep, it works. And if you want to know more about how the Sobel algorithm works, same thing. OpenCV, C++, and there they go. They go into detail how it works, how it's also you have to noise it, denoise it, and then also apply edges and all of that good stuff. But this is all C++, but it's the same thing going on that we're doing here. This is taking the image, applying grayscale, and then source file, grayscale image, the gradient X and Y. This is where's there was some good explanations here somewhere. Actually, you can do it on mine. You can look because you can see it. The parameters being the Y, the X on the blur image, CV16X, kernel size, scale Y, scale X, change the delta, auto default, and all that delta. This is what's it's taking the parameters on here. Okay, the scale X, scale and the Y, absolute gradients, and all that good stuff. This is not a course about OpenCV, so you can go here and you can find out all of this good stuff here. It's because you can customize it to whatever you're doing, whatever application that you're doing. So they work. All three of them work. I'm excited, and now we just have to add all of the other ones. So you're gonna see some more algorithms. Let me make it smaller. And we got a lot of work to do. So we're going to do that starting in the next tutorial. This is the end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click the like box, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Take care.